Hi Starseeds, welcome back to our channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a very tasty hot dog, vegan hot dog recipe that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. And I love this recipe so much because we're not going to be using any faux meats in here like seitan or even tofu. We're just going to be using beans and vegetables. So let's get in the kitchen. Oh, and by the way, thank you to Avante Vegan because I got this idea from him. So I'm going to show you guys how simple this recipe is. All you need is 1 onion and you want to finely chop it, 1 red bell pepper, 4 cloves of garlic, and a portobello mushroom. I'm going to show you guys how to prepare your portobello mushroom. Sorry about the really tiny cutting board, but we just moved into a new apartment and this is the only thing that I have for now. But anyway, so what you want to do with your portobello mushroom is just peel the top. Just peel it off. It's so easy, really. It's like it's meant to be peeled off. Okay, and you see these gills here? So what we're going to do is just take a spoon and just gently remove them. So you just want to scrape it off like so using a spoon. And now that the gills are off, we're just going to go ahead and chop it up. So now that we've cut our mushrooms into cubes, we're going to move on over to the stove. So the first thing we're going to do is add in about a tablespoon of olive oil or coconut oil. So now we're going to place all of our vegetables into the frying pan. And we're going to let it cook on medium heat for about 10 or 15 minutes until you notice that all the vegetables are nice and soft. So after a couple of minutes of our vegetables cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some spices. So here I've got 3 tablespoons of paprika, I've got 2 tablespoons of dried rosemary that I've chopped up, and I've got some salt. You guys can put as much salt as you like. So let's just add that in and then give it a nice mix. So if you find your mixture is a little bit dry after adding in the paprika, you can just go ahead and add in just a little bit of water to help it along. And all that water will evaporate soon. Just give it a nice mix and let it cook. So the vegetables have been cooking for 15 minutes and they're nice and soft and tender. And now we can focus on the last step, which is combining to a clean bowl some organic canned beans. So here I've got 1.5 cups of black beans and 1 cup of red kidney beans. So we're just gonna place this into the bowl. So we got our beans in the bowl, and what we're gonna do now is mash them up. Now this is very important. You don't wanna over mash your beans. So I like to use my hands because I feel like I have full control of how much I want to mash them, right? So you want a little bit of texture in your hot dogs. You don't want it to be totally pureed. One thing I didn't mention also is that once you've rinsed, so these beans are from the cans, right? So once you've rinsed your beans and strained them, you really want to dry them like with a paper towel or like a clean cloth. Just make sure that they're not drenched in water. So now I'm just going to place the cooked vegetables into the beans like so. Lastly, we're going to be adding in some oat flour. Now you can use any kind of flour you want. You can even use white flour, but this is gluten-free oat flour, so I'm going to go ahead and use this, which makes it a gluten-free vegan hot dog. So let's add that in. And then again, using our hands, we're just going to mix everything together. And you don't want to over mash. You still want some chunks of beans in there for texture. So now our mixture has cooled down, and if you don't have the patience for that, you can just stick this in the freezer or in the fridge just for a little bit until it's not warm anymore. So what we're gonna do first is dip our hands into the flour mixture because the hot dog mixture is gonna be quite sticky. So you just wanna rub your hands a little bit like that. Take as much as you need or want, and roll it into a sausage just like this. I want my hot dogs to be a bit bigger. So just place it on a square piece of parchment paper and just roll it out a little. That looks good to me. Just like that. And now we're gonna take it and roll it tightly. Just keep rolling, And then when you get to the end, you're going to twist it, just like that. Okay, my hands are really dirty, but you get the point. So you just take it and you twist it, just like that. Okay? So after you've rolled your sausage or your hot dog in parchment paper, now we just have to roll it one more time in some foil. So you're gonna place it down on a square piece of foil paper. And again, you're just gonna do the exact same thing. You're just gonna roll it. And then when you get to the end, you're going to twist it like this. And the reason why we're doing this is because we need to boil, or we need to cook our hot dogs in some simmering water for 20 minutes. So this is how it's gonna go into the water. Perfect. This recipe makes about 8 hot dogs, but I've made 5 for now. So what we're gonna do is place them in a large pot of simmering water, and we're gonna cook these for 20 minutes. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, how can these possibly firm up? But they will. They'll be firm. The inside will be a bit soft, but the outside will be nice and firm. It's amazing. So it's been 20 minutes. Our hot dogs have been simmering in water, and now I'm just gonna remove them. Just like that. And I can't wait to show you guys the inside. Look, I can already feel how firm they are. So awesome. You should probably wait a little until these cool down, but I'm just going to unwrap these for you immediately. So this is still steaming hot, but I wanted to show you guys anyway what it looks like. There it is. There is your vegan hot dog, and at this point you can either just place it in a frying pan with some oil, or you can barbecue it. If you barbecue it, you wanna add a little bit of olive oil so that it doesn't stick to the grill. But other than that, that's all it is. Super easy recipe. So what I love about this recipe, like I said earlier on, is that it's gluten-free, and it's also not made with any faux meats. So it's really just whole foods, and this is a great way to make homemade hot dogs or sausages from scratch. These are excellent. You can grill them, you can fry them, and if you're not gluten-free, don't worry about it. You can also add in white flour or even buckwheat flour, any kind of flour that you like. I'm sure it will turn out really, really nice. So ideally, you would put this in a hot dog bun and put some cheese on it and some vegan barbecue sauce or any condiments that will just enhance the flavors. Okay, Starseeds, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you make it on a beautiful summer's day when you're out with your friends and family and enjoying a nice vegan barbecue. If you like the video, just hit that like button, and also subscribe to our channel, because you know that we are here every single week providing you with tasty plant-based goodness. And whoever is watching, please leave a comment down below. We always love getting to know you guys. See you soon.